It's gonna be funny when they're dating for energy and then there's no more energy and sex anymore. No more overnights. I think we all heard that. Your pain receptors are already reversed. I'm hungry, man. My dad made food. Doesn't look good. Of course, I can't buy chicken wings because nobody gave me $25 today. Humanity, it's the church. What are you doing? What are you doing? I think I walked about 8 miles today. It feels like I walked a lot longer than that. Maybe it's 10 miles. I'm finally hungry and I don't feel like eating what we have. Okay. No more overnights. I mean, I don't know what you're doing. You're all desperate for energy, right? You're all freaking desperate, and then like you just keep ignoring the one molecule. Like my dad doesn't hear that, you know? Like it's just humanity's just a joke, man. You guys are a fucking joke. You're a joke to me. It's September. I've been talking to you guys and yelling at you since January, and you all have the same higher selves, and you still don't listen to me, and you know, gonna try to fuel my hunger with water. Oh, okay, so we're very close to playing Double Dragon. I already told you your pain receptors are reversed and you can't like be riding my sexual energy up the timeline and be like, we're spiritual people, but like we know we're riding the princess's energy up the timeline. Like, yeehaw, giddy up. Like, no, let's not give her any credit. Let's give the dragons all the credit. Like, what are you talking about? What are you even talking about, you know? It's all her energy. It's all Alyssa's energy. Nobody heard that. I was the only one that heard that for the last 7 years, right? No one heard that. No one heard that. We all know it's Double Dragon, and we all know it's all her energy, all Alyssa's energy, all my energy. No one heard that but me. You all heard that. You all heard it. So whose dragons are they? They're Alyssa's dragons. Anyway, okay, so the format has changed not because I'm reading the teleprompter, but because I'm reading notes from my phone. You are listening to God through this newscaster, whoever you fucking listen to, and through the background, okay? Um, the name of the game is Embody It, okay? This is 3D. You know, it's not, I've already said this, it's not any more special than any other fucking layer of reality. The name of the game is Full Embodiment. Um, you know, fully embodying whatever you're doing or whatever you were doing to get energy in the first place. That's what you gotta do. Fully embody that shit on the 3D level to get energy, okay? This is the church. We switched from last year, we switched from the state to the church. I wonder if we switched in 2020, like the beginning of 2023, because we switched in 2012, so it was the end of 2012, so it's basically 2013, so it's probably a 10-year cycle. That's what her dad said to me. That was my download. Okay, I don't know who the hell you are and that you didn't give me that download. I'm just thinking of it in my head. Like, you people are so stupid. So 2012, we switched to the state, the end of 2012, so it's basically 2013. So I think 2023, we switched to the church, and Brandon remembered how the state went. Not well. So that's probably why he walked in 2023 and was with me all of 2023, to start it off like kind of easy for just for me, okay, not for everyone, not for planet Earth, because he doesn't give a shit about planet Earth, but everybody that was in line. I'm not exactly sure how it worked, but I just think that that's we switched to the church in 2023, and that's why Brandon walked in to alleviate my pain body. I don't know why you're even saying that. He walked in because we switched to the church, and you guys didn't listen when we switched to the state. So he walked in to make it easier for me, to make it more like loving for me. He doesn't care about humanity. He only cares about the princess. And you guys didn't listen when we switched to the natural laws, when we switched to the state, when we switched from. Did you guys see that? Double dragon mouth. You guys probably don't even know what that is. So he made it, he put me in a bubble at the beginning of the church because he knew you guys wouldn't listen, because you guys you're still not listening. It's almost the end of, it's the end of 2024. Nothing's changed. So I already told you why he went behind the curtain. Okay, so Darren was one of my exes, and his last name is Lee, and his cousin is Jason Scott Lee, and he played Bruce Lee in the movie, I believe, Enter the Dragon. So obviously it's not a coincidence that I dated a cousin of the actor who played Bruce Lee. Okay, it's the Lee family. It's the dragons. It's the dragon family. Okay, so I wanted to talk about the timeline from 2012 to 2016, because so that's when we switched from my grandparents holding me in the pancake house sweetly and being like, it all starts with the one molecule. So they held me sweetly. So that emulated out to the whole world. And that's why we switched to basically Archimedes. My actual father was supposed to open the sky. He didn't do that. He failed miserably. And so the next up was my grandparents, and they held me sweetly, which guys, stop channeling, because I'm eating the Claire group and I'm eating the Gigi group, and I don't trust my channelings right now because I'm eating a lot of really stupid people. So they held me sweetly, and then 2012, then in 2012 we switched from being held in the pancake house to the state, which is like the state of like every person treating me good or bad, and no one could hold the state. No one could hold the state of the pancake house until I met Ryan DeRowan, and he did pretty good. And so he got put into the bubble with me last year, and he got kicked out because we fully switched to the church, and that would include doing what I say. And when I say to come over my house, he's supposed to come over my house, right? Because we switched from the state to the church. The state being like, I don't know. We'll find out. But Brandon basically like held me sweetly last year. I'm a little hungry, so it's a little hard to like put my thoughts together. Um, but so 2013 was the beginning of the state, and I was working at Mattel then, and then Max died in my mind in 2014. So that would be 10 years ago. And then, so I was working there, and then Mattel didn't do a good job. I almost died at Mattel uh, from being overworked and being sick and not being able to go home. And then Hasbro also didn't hold the state. And uh, that's when I started to get held by space in the Sweet Pancake House, and I guess Ryan was a part of that. Well, because he's Link, um, so that was the start of space holding me, and then space held me. Why was it till the end of 2016? Because 2026 is when people like get the hang of the church. I think 2026 is when people get the hang of the church. Um, you guys like really, I guess because 2016, I think that's when I was with Darren. And I was basically living at will. So you guys were kind of doing good, but like also not doing good. Like you were like letting me live at will, but you're also like mean and abusive to me, like as a collective whole. Um, and like obviously you can't be abusive or mean to me. And that's when space started clearing out all the demons or whatever. Like 2017 is when space went crazy. Um, Space went crazy because you guys weren't holding the state at all anymore. And so space just went nuts. And I wanted to say something about like your higher selves went nuts with you in 2017 and 2018. We had to like clean out all the higher selves, and we had to clean out like a lot of the demons as well. Um, and then obviously COVID happened. And then obviously COVID happened, and yeah, I don't know. Let me just read what I wrote. Because I didn't eat really, guys. I haven't eaten since lunchtime, and I don't like what we have for dinner. And I walked like 10 miles today. So, like, in the background, Aaron's like, she's gonna blow. She can't even think straight. Like, okay. I'm pretty sure, I'm telling you the progression of the last cycle to help you out with this cycle. Like, I'm basically saying, like, you guys never mastered the state. And I'm trying to tell you, like, how that fucked up your entire worlds. Okay. All of your worlds got fucked up because you guys could not listen to your higher selves and be like, hold the state, hold the state, hold the state. A state of Pancake House. None of you could do that. None of you could love me unconditionally, basically, right? Here we are in the church. The church is worship, Alyssa, right? It's already 2 years into the church. You're doing a horrible job. Like literally, you're doing a horrible job. The whole place is gonna blow. That's what I'm saying. Okay, it's gonna be exactly like 2017. The whole freaking place is gonna blow because you guys aren't doing the church. Okay, you're not doing the church at all. You're listening to yourself. You think you can worship a conglomerate of energy. You keep trying to get around like, oh, like, oh, well, who's she fucking in 4-1? Like, you have any chance to decide who I'm going to be with physically, emotionally, spiritually. You don't get a chance. Again, you are this, oh my God, you are this teeny freaking tiny. This is who you're talking to, and you're this tiny. Who is she fucking in 4-1? You don't get to decide. You're making a fool out of yourselves. Okay? So that's what I'm trying to give you a freaking rundown of what happened last time. And I'm telling you, it's going to happen again. It's going to happen again because you're not listening. You're not freaking listening. This is the goddamn church of Alyssa. Those planet Earth is the church of Alyssa now. You're not listening. Where are you? Where the fuck's my food? I told you to go get me groceries. I told you to go get my public storage. I told you to bring me my husband's. I told you to bring me my castle. Nobody's listening. Yes, the place is going to blow, just like 2017. Same exact thing is going to happen. That's why I gave you a rundown of the last timeline. You're welcome. Fuck off. All right, so more World War III downloads. Oh no. This was a new one from last night. Bucky, Leo, Paulo, and Cuba are Russia-Europe side. Cap, Tom, and Hayden are the USA side, and that might cause World War III. Bucky, who obviously is Sebastian Stan, is madly in love with you, and it's pissing Cap off. This is Claire's download. Claire's group's also mad at me that I found a good dad in Anthony Blinken, and then they all started crying because they're jealous, which is a huge theme with Claire's group. Get over it. You're not the princess. You're not special. You're a background character. You obviously have a role to play, and you should play it, and stop with the stupid freaking human emotions. Stop channeling, you weird people. Scarlett said Claire's gonna kill us, and it woke up Homelander, who is Chris Hemsworth. She's worried about Claire overpowering us. Claire overpowering one Alyssa. I mean, you're not listening to me, so she's obviously overpowering you right now, right? Where's Scarlett Johansson? She's not here in my house. I'm not hanging out with Scarlett Johansson, so she's obviously overpowering you. She's obviously fighting back, okay? Claire, Gigi, that whole group, they're obviously fighting back. Last night when I was going to bed, I started going crazy with Bucky, Sebastian Stan. I'm going to lose my stuff, so everyone is going to lose their stuff. Everyone's going to lose their minds, okay? Like, that's how it works. The one molecule loses her stuff, you lose your stuff, okay? That's how it works. So that's a common. Listen to your ears. It's working. Instant gratification. My ears are ringing off the charts. That means people are dying. People are going through the recycling system. Same freaking thing. You're a rubber fucking doll full of Alyssa energy, and you have to listen to what I do, what I say. So I got mad yesterday because they're still fighting. Yes, there's two sides, Bucky and Cap. It's freaking Civil War. You know me. No, I don't. And then Gigi's like, you wished for World War III at one point. Yeah, I wished for World War III at one point. I did, but that was like years ago. Anyway, I wrote a whole thing on that, so we'll get to that as I read the teleprompter. Yeah, so really gross, disgusting ancient Atlantis things going on at home that have been going on since I was a baby, apparently. That's been amazing for me. Not that you care because you're worried about some side bitch. Like, not that you care because you're like, let me ask Alyssa the same tired, petty questions about my fake relationship. Ezra joining Russia's side because he said Hayden's being a bitch. And I mean, he is being a bitch because he said he's not Leo. So, yeah. That's why they're saying the star people will walk in since Earth still can't get along. Ezra's download to me was that he heard Dad say that there's non-human DNA or non-human, I forget the word he used, but they're non-human in the craft that I'm seeing. Rob said at the beginning of the year that's somebody from Jockey, a very smart guy. from Jockey. He's like my Alex over there. Rob said at the beginning of the year her dad isn't going to put up with this and there will be a space invasion. And Aaron said, fuck it, there's no point in me coming over. Yes, Aaron, listen to God, not listen to Rob, not God. What the fuck is wrong with Earth? They said they're dropping me into a nightmare yesterday. I felt like myself dropping last night. That doesn't bother me when that stuff happens because I'm not an idiot. They said obviously Hayden is getting ridiculously skinny. Obviously he is, so this is obviously affecting him. Alex is also coping with being famous and very loved and adored by the girls of the universe. And so is Mike and your whole platonic group. The government said tell us she's not a psychopath before we hire her to rule the world. This entire administration are psychopaths. What are you talking about? And that was Hillary Clinton standing up for me. They called me a new name last night called Alyssa Starborn. And said that Tim and Ezra are my dragons and I'm the mother of dragons. Clearly, I'm the mother of dragons and it's a stupid TV show, okay? Let me tell you about Claire, my sister, how psychic she is, because I think you guys were getting on my nerves about my sister. My sister is extremely psychic. She's my sister, okay? She's God's sister. She's extremely psychic. She's had psychic dreams since she was a little kid. She used to come downstairs and get me. Like, I'd be sitting on the phone late at night and she would sleepwalk and like come downstairs and get me and put me to bed. And we've always like had dreams together, and we've always talked telepathically to each other our entire lives. So that's my sister. Oh, Bucky, I filled in 2027 from Claire's group and went crazy. And then Ezra became the Flash and grabbed me to stop me from going too crazy. He also sent out distress signals from going too crazy last night, and me and Tim went to get him. So it kind of does work like that. Bucky also is starting to go crazy, and he's asking me, like, why am I going crazy when I'm filling in from 2027? And I got a vision of Cap going to a restaurant and like them changing the menu. He like handed in his menu, and then they gave him a new menu, and the host said to him, so you got enough evidence now, right? And he was like, yeah. So it's like I said, like, you guys have done this before with the state where you blew it, and like none of my boyfriends could really hold the state. I dated a bunch of men with tiny ones, and just like they just would come. I'm just gonna say it. They just would like come way too quick. Like it was just like men were like falling apart. Like when we switched to the state, and not all of them. Okay, like I had a couple of like I would say one. I think I had one good boyfriend during the state, and that was Cuba. So so you guys blew it with this. Like the dating was just like awful. Like the men just blew it with the state, completely blew it with the state. And there was like a lot of warning signs with the men that like they needed to treat me well and stuff. And that's when Cap was supposed to marry me and he didn't. So he also blew it. Yeah. And then, so Bucky was asking me like why he's going crazy from filling in from the church from 2027. And I'm trying to tell you guys, you have enough evidence now to like come forward and like help me and everything. And you're not doing what I say. And so if you wait till 2027, that's why like you're on that trajectory to go completely batshit crazy in 2027. Okay. So a lot of girls or people from Claire's group are still going crazy in 2027. So yes, there are a lot more stupid than the Alyssa group, and we have to fight back to stay smart and sane. And that's obviously a message to Alyssa's group. And I just said that. You have evidence. You're smart. Come forward. Start talking. Okay, then she wanted World War III at one point. That's what Gigi said. I want to be put on the throne. I had to figure it out by myself, and thank God for Ryan and Alex who helped me figure it out. But no one gave us downloads, no one helped us, so of course we wished for a way out at one time because no one told me the truth that I belong on the throne and to be worshipped. Oh, what a stupid God she is. She was meant to be discovered, and you are given the downloads to discover me. And you turn down your destiny and you call me stupid because you denied your destiny, and that's your choice. East Coast or whoever else agrees with that. Alyssa, are we deaf? Apparently you are because you act like you're deaf. Okay. Will Smith yelling at Gigi, sit down. Gigi, we are tired of this crap. Every time Gigi talks, she's like arguing with me and it resets the game. It's a huge problem. I saw planes taking off like spaceships. If you look at your plane emoji, you can see it's pointed up. I put it on here, so I have proof. So if you want to fucking gaslight me and say, oh, the fucking emoji is not pointed up or whatever, it's flat, like, anyway, I was seeing planes this morning taking off like this, like how a spaceship takes off, instead of like this, which is how planes take off now. So that means they're planes from the future. Okay. It was such a shame when Atlantis fell because it really was a conglomerate of energy and we didn't have to worship people there. We didn't have to worship people there. Go ahead, Gigi, finish the sentence like you want. And I said, oh my God, I need a freaking glass of wine to deal with this crap because you guys are just like so gung ho on like not worshiping people. Like you're so, and I just heard like the rebuttal in my head. You're so gung ho, Alyssa, on us worshiping people. Get it through your head. That's the freaking church. And I already said the whole thing with like Jesus was a mockery. Like you killed him and then you worshipped him after you killed him, right? After you took him off the planet, that's when you killed him. So it was a freaking mockery, okay? And people were like, oh my gosh, she must be so terrified. She's like, Jesus, no, I'm not terrified because I'm not Jesus, I'm God, okay? And yeah, you were never allowed to worship a conglomerate of energy. You just made like a fake, like, it's sort of like my empathy is a liar, my empathy is a swindler, like that kind of thing. Okay, so like the more you more you partake in the lower three chakras of the dark moon or whatever, then you start to see reptilians. Because that's your higher self, okay? That's a human's higher self, is a reptilian. And if you keep taking place in these lower, disgusting things, your reptilian higher self will eat you. Okay? Am I saying it out loud? Am I being direct that Mortal Kombat is coming? Am I being completely 100% transparent? Didn't we go through this before where the reptilians, where everyone was being, graped by reptilians, right? You were being graped by your reptilian higher self, who is you, okay? It's just you. That's all it is. It's just you on a higher level. Now we're going to do Mortal Kombat with yourself on a higher level. Yeah, we are. Yes, we are. So if you're partaking in these eighth sphere activities, guess what? First of all, you're not going to be able to stop your urges unless you turn away and start worshiping me, God, the one molecule. Hi, nice to meet you. Okay? Otherwise, it's going to be Mortal Kombat with your higher self. And yes, they're going to look like a reptilian because that's your higher self is a reptilian. It's a reptilian planet. Get over it. Okay? If the space activator is burning you, it's because you switched evolutionary paths, because you want to come from the future now. You're going to have to burn through some layers of time and space, but if your intention is actually filled with integrity, you'll be fine. Okay? Okay, here's the demon box in World War III. World War III downloads from the last space codes. Kuba, Bucky, Mike, and Alex were also in the demon box with me. Kuba and Bucky were protecting me. Excuse me. And they were in the shadows, by the way. So they were in the shadows and they look like super cool. Like they look like themselves on steroids, basically. Like their outfits are just way cooler and like their face is all beautiful. And it was in the shadows. So it was just like shadow them like in the dark or whatever. So, but you could still see like their really cool outfits and their really cool, beautiful faces. And like they just look like 10 times cooler. And, Bucky was like normal size, like his regular size, and Kuba was like probably like 20% bigger than his normal size. Probably 20% bigger than his normal size. He was pretty big. I tried to hug Kuba when I saw him, and like I reached out to him, and he started to get like zapped, like rained on by Palladians. And he's like, "Oh, I don't think I can because I'm here to like protect you." He's like, "So I can't. I don't think I can. I don't think I can hug you right now." There's a portal in the back of my room to the shadow side or dark side. Like the East Coast was arguing over that. I heard like it through the airwaves. Like you guys are fucking idiots out here. Being built. I heard it loud and clear through the wall. So it's actually being built right here. This is the portal to the dark side. And this is just the outside of my house. That's all it is. There's nothing on this side of the wall besides my backyard. So there's a portal being built right here. And I'm terrified. I talked about Chris. Bucky asked why they're going crazy when he fills in from 27. I said, because you're getting enough evidence to freaking embody it in the now moment. Palladian activation is next. So that should be interesting. So the Earth's core lit up one night when I was laying in bed. I saw the bottom of the recycling system, which is the Earth's core, light up, and then it locked the whole game into place from the upper recycling system. So you guys are kind of all like locked in place now. And I think the Platonic group is going to get recycled, which would sort of be a Palladian activation, I think, at the same time. And so what's going to happen is the entire Platonic side, not all of them, but probably all of them. Let's just say all of them. They're all going to go into the recycling system together in the bottom core. And then with that energy, they're going to activate Earth's core, and it's slowly going to expand over time. And then it's going to become this. and it's going to become this. So this actually starts in the core, and then it graduates out to the outer rims of Earth, and it creates what we call an outer ring on Earth, trapping everyone. So that's exciting. That's so exciting. Oh yeah, and this is what Gigi calls the eighth sphere. So that's that. There's your eighth sphere. It's forming into a physical realm for you guys to play with your chimeras. How exciting for you. And I think that's the news for tonight. Have a good evening. Probably see us same time, same place tomorrow. Sorry you don't like the new format. They are resistant to the new energy format. Yeah, we heard ya. We heard ya.